All right, let's see what y'all got. If we take positive 16, move it over, that's a negative 16. I got negative 8x equals negative 4. Whoops. All right, I saw this in first block. Kids looked at it. They said, yeah, the answer is going to be 2. All right, that's wrong. What do we have to divide each side by? We have to divide by negative 8. How do we know? Because you always divide by the number with the variable, and we have to divide by the number with the x. So I got 1/2 on that one. That's fine. All right, so that was a very easy problem. I think we've done this maybe twice in class, 2 other days. All right, let's go to number 2. All right, so how many answers are we going to have on number 2?
3.
You got 3 answers because that's my biggest exponent, okay? What does each number have in common? They have an x in common, which means we have to take out an x. And it now will look like that. Write it down. All right, so Cadence, you wrote all last week, right? Mm-hmm. The x that's in front, you write down x equals 0. That's how you're going to get your third answer. And after you do that, Cadence, you just throw that x out. And you find your other answers by doing quadratic formula with what's left over. So you got to do your quadratic formula. I'll give you a head start. Go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In that order, A, B, and C. You guys know that y'all go 3 weeks of school and then y'all got a 5-day weekend. Y'all notice that. In 3 weeks. Y'all out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's just a fall break, just something they put in the schedule. 169 minus 4 times.
Does that happen to be less in September?
October.
At the beginning or the end?
I think days for it.
Because if it's near my birthday, that would be very convenient.
No, it's the same at the night.
October 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Y'all are out of school.
Dang it.
Yes. All right, River. Take your calculator, River. Tell me what you're going to have right here inside that square root symbol. Somebody else have it? So 225 and the square root of 225 turns into 15. Gotcha. All right, so now use your plus sign and your minus sign. Split them up. Find both answers.
Please excuse the interruption. I need any 9th, 10th, or 11th grader that missed their pictures and need a retake to report to the cafeteria at this time.
So negative 13 plus 15, that's 2 over 4. I got 1/2 there, and I got negative 7 there. Somebody check those for me. That's good. Okay. All right, so I have showed y'all how to do number 2. You should be able to do number 3 the exact same way. To the 4.
It kind of smells like chlorine in here.
That's good. That means it's clean.
Or that means we're all about to die from like air poisoning.
All right, so what do I put here and here? If they've got to add up to give you x4, multiply together to give you x4. X squared and x squared. All right, from here, Cadence, we got to times these 2 spots, and it's got to equal 15. 3 and 5. Again, it's got to add up to negative 2. All right, which one gets positive, which one gets negative? Let's think about it, Cadence. If it was 5 minus 3, that would give you positive 2, but we got to get negative 2, so it's got to be 3 minus 5. Okay, so from here, we're going to take plus 3. We're going to move it over across the equal sign. That's going to make that negative 3. We're going to take negative 5 and do the same thing. We're going to move that over. That's going to make it positive 5. Write that down. Okay, y'all got it? From here, we got to get rid of the square on the x. How do I do that? Take the square root. Now, can you find the square root of 3? Let's check the board. Nope. And it's a negative. So we've got to bring out plus or minus I root 3. So let's talk about that for a minute. The negative, you bring it out as an I. Since 3 is not a perfect square, or it can't break down, can't simplify, you just leave it root 3. Okay, what about the other side? Do the same thing. I got a square root of 5. Can I simplify it? Nope. So it's just plus or minus root 5. Now, we were supposed to find 4 answers, did we?
Yes.
2 answers here with the plus and minus, 2 answers there. All right, so there's just one of those on the test. All right, let's go to 5.
When's the test?
Wednesday. We're going to review today and tomorrow. All right, what's special about 5, guys? It's got a square root in the middle. What I say about this one last week? If you got a square root in the middle, that's what you're going to start your answer with in the parentheses. Square root of x and square root of x. Write them down. Now, you got to factor this one. You can't do quadratic formula on this one either. So I had some kids do this last period. They went minus 6 plus 1, right? Because negative 6 plus 1 gives you negative 5, and they multiplied it and thought they had 6. What's wrong with that? Look at this second sign. When your second sign's a plus, signs have to be the same, don't they? And if you make them the same, 6 plus 1 would give you 7 in the middle. It doesn't work that way. Can y'all think of another way we could factor this one?
3, 2.
3 and 2. All right, signs have to be the same. Are they both positive or both negative? Let's look. Look at the front sign. They both got to be negative. That's how you know. So pay attention to the signs. All right, so this one, if I take minus 3 and move it over, that's positive 3. Take minus 2 and move it over, that's positive 2. Write them down. All right, so remember, guys, the square root of x and x squared are inverses of each other. They cancel each other out. On the last problem, I had an x squared, so I did the square root. What do I do this time? I got a square root of x, so I got a square. So 3 squared is 9. 2 squared is 4. Write them down. All right, so what did we say last week about crossing out some of these answers on this problem? Y'all remember? If it's a negative before you square it, you're going to have to throw it out. It's not going to plug in correctly. It's going to be a bad answer. So this one's okay. What about this one? No, it's a positive. This is okay. They're both okay. All right, what if you throw both of them out? Then it's a no solution because you don't have any solutions left. Good. Y'all go to 6. Do 6 exactly like we did 5. Okay.
I've got the
What's wrong?
Did I do the A?
Okay, so, all right, so square root of 1 is 1, so I can put it as 1. So it's negative 5 plus or minus 1.
Yeah.
Talking about number 9? So I got my answer sheet, Grant. I did it this morning.
I got one guy.
So Grant, I got for my answer, I got negative 5 and positive 1. And then my final answer is I factored it, I got negative 2 and negative 3. Is that what you're going to get?
I put it over 1, not over 2, so it's my fault. Yeah, that was just a calculator mistake.
How you figure that out? Negative 6. Yeah, how you got that?
Here, I'll show you, Georgie. Plug it in the calculator. I'm going to show you how to plug it in the calculator. If you
They
want to
just
know,
missed me last week, is all.
if you want to know what numbers you can times together to get 54, go to y equals Plug in 54 divided by x. Plug that in. 54 divided by x. And hit, hit table. So hit second table. And it gives you all the different factors. And the only one that you can subtract and get 3 on is that 9 times 6. So you can't do it on the calculator. Okay, so the only one that's not crossed out is your answer. All right, so y'all got plus 9 and minus 6, right? That's how you get 3. So root A equals negative 9. Root A equals 6. Square it and square it. I got 81. I got 36. Now, Cadence canceled out this answer. Why did she do that?
Because it was a negative.
If it's a negative before you square it, it's not going to work. You can cancel that. The only answer on this problem is 36. Okay? What's funny about that answer, Kate? All right, so y'all are good on 1 through 6, right? Let's flip it over. We're going to do the back, and then we'll take a break.
Does anybody watch those videos?
Sure. Everybody's watching. You aren't watching?
I'm here every day. Why would I go home and watch it?
All right, so Amelia, Miss Smarty Pants, what goes in the box?
X plus 2.
Negative 2. Somebody explain that. Why in the box we put negative 2? Very good, Amelia, because if we set this equal to 0 and you guys move it over, it's going to give you negative 2. So it's either going to be like this, where you have to flip the sign, or if they just give you just the number without the x, then you just put that in the box. Okay? All right, so let's bring down 1, 2, negative 9, negative 18. And let's do synthetic division. Everybody should be able to do this, even if you missed last week, because we've been doing synthetic. All right, Georgia, do you remember how we start this one from your vacation? After your vacation, you still remember how to start? The one from last week. All right, so Georgia, you take the first number, remember, and bring it all the way down. All right, so now we do negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Add them up, you get 0. Isn't that right? 2 and negative 2? Yeah, that adds up to 0. Negative 2 times 0 is 0. Add them up, you get negative 9. Negative 2 times, all right, so it works. Remember, as long as it cancels out on the last column, you know it works. Now from here, Skylar, we're going to take our quadratic formula. There's your A, there's your B, and there's your C. Y'all plug them in the quadratic formula, see what you get.
Oh my God. Somebody
All right, let's work quickly, guys, quickly. Plug those 3 numbers in the quadratic formula. Good. 0 plus 6 is 6 over 2 is 3. First answer is 3. All right, how do we find the second answer? 0 minus 6, which is negative 6 over 2, and that's negative 3. So look, we had to find 3 answers, and we did it. 1, 2. Now, you could have factored that one probably much quicker, but if you guys are doing good, just do the quadratic formula every time. It's just one way we got to learn it. All right, look at 12. We got to figure out on 12 what goes in the box. How do we figure out what goes in the box on 12? What do we do?
Set it equal to 0.
All right, set it equal to 0. Now what? I take minus 1, move it over. That's positive 1. All right, what's next? Divide by 2. So in the box, we're going to have 1 over 2. Which means, Kara, what do I divide these numbers by before I bring them down? Very good. 2 divided by 2 is 1. I got a minus 1 over 2. I got a 4 and a negative 2. All right, go. Bring down the 1. Now what? Times them, I got 1/2. Guys, when y'all add up negative 1/2 and positive 1/2, that's going to be 0. 0 times 1/2 is 0. All right, it worked out because the last column canceled. So now do your quadratic formula, and you're done.
Ooh, wait, I did it wrong.
Welcome.
Yeah, I did.
All right, look, we normally have 3 numbers when we get done below the line, correct? We've got 4 numbers this time. What does that mean? It means we have to do synthetic division one more time. Do you guys remember which number to try first in the box? What if 1 doesn't work? What if -1 doesn't work? Then just keep going till you find one. I mean, look, it's got 4 answers, so there's 3 other numbers that's going to work. So, Georgia, we're going to try 1. Has anybody already tried this?
Yeah, great.
Grant, does 1 work? No. What works? All right, so you guys do it with -1 and finish the problem. Go. And there's no way to... Only the numbers underneath the wrap. 169?
I got it.
That'll work. It's up there.
That's how I got that.
All right, Georgia, did you also get 169?
Yep.
Okay. Now, the square root of 169 we can change to 13. Because it's on the board. It's a perfect square. So now we got 7 plus or minus 13 over 4. Now, any question how I went from here to here? Basically just plugged it in the calculator.
What?
All right, do you understand how I went from here to here?
Once you put it in
Okay.
the calculator and you got 169.
I just change that to a 13.
You look up there and like 169, there's 13 under. So then it changes to 13.
Okay, so now here's the last step, Georgia, and again, just use your calculator. The first time we plug it in, you see it's got a plus and a minus. The first time we're going to use the plus. You're going to plug in 7 plus 13 over 4. It's going to give you the answer. So plug it in, tell me what you get. Hit your fraction button first. All right, let's go to 13. Did I skip 13 for something? That was 13. Okay, so now we're doing 14. All right, 14 and 15 are just simply quadratic formula problems. Look at 14, guys. It's got a number missing. Which one is missing, the A, the B, or the C? All right, so what do I plug in right here for C if the number's missing? 0. Good. So that'll be -7 plus or minus 4 times 1 times 0. And having the 0 there should make it easier, I would think. Try it and let's see how much easier it makes it. 49 becomes 7. So I got -7 plus or minus 7 over 2. All right, now let's work with the plus and minus. -7 plus 7, that's 0 over 2. I can do that one. -7 minus 7 is -14 over 2. That's -7. All right, so I think having the 0 in that spot does make it easy. Maybe it's just me. I think it makes it. All right, you guys do 15. Hopefully you can do the whole thing by yourself. It's one of the harder ones, but I have showed you how to do 15. Right? You're going to have to just simplify it and be done with it. So divide them all by 2.
Pause, hold on, pause.
Okay? That's the answer I got. All right, we're on break. Y'all got 5 minutes.